Millions of people share a vivid memory of the Monopoly mascot wearing a monocle. We can see it clearly in our minds, yet the actual board shows he has never worn one. The phenomenon earned its name from a much larger discrepancy, a global community that distinctly remembers Nelson Mandela dying in prison during the 1980s, despite the fact that he was released to become the president of South Africa. The mainstream explanation for this is confabulation. Our brains don't record events like a camera, they reconstruct them. We unconsciously fill in gaps in our memory with assumptions, logic, and social cues to create a story that feels complete. In the internet era, these reconstructed stories spread at lightning speed. When thousands of people see the same corrected image or read the same false account, a personal memory error becomes a global social contagion. Confabulation explains why we might swap a single letter in a brand name, but it struggles to account for the shared memory of a feature-length film that never existed. This gap between a minor detail and a macro anomaly suggests the error might not be in the mind, but in the physics of the universe. The primary example of this macro glitch is Shazam, a 90s genie movie starring the comedian Sinbad. Millions recall the plot, the costume, and the posters, yet there is no record of the film ever being made. To explain this, Vadim Zayland proposes the alternative space. He suggests that reality isn't a fixed, singular timeline, but a vast information field containing every possible version of every event. This space functions as an infinite grid of parallel lifelines. It contains the templates for everything that was, is, and could ever be. Under simulation theory, the Mandela Effect looks like a system-wide patch update. When a timeline is overwritten, the official record changes, but the human memory cache can retain residual data, leaving us with memories that no longer have a physical source. These anomalies suggest a fluid, computational universe, where shared memories act as residual traces of a previous state. If these parallel lifelines are physical realities, how does an individual mind navigate between them? Dr. Joe Dispenza proposes a framework where the mind acts as the engine for this movement. He suggests that by consciously altering our neurological and emotional states, we can interface directly with the quantum field. By entering deep meditative states, we see brain activity smoothing out, moving from erratic beta waves into coherent theta and delta frequencies, allows the consciousness to bypass the analytical mind and access the void of infinite potential. This coherent state locks on to a new coordinate in the field. As the individual shifts toward this desired reality, they carry the memories of their previous timeline with them into the new one. This process suggests that humans are active operators, capable of crossing timelines, potentially creating their own localized Mandela effects along the way. While individual shifts are subtle, the frequency of massive collective reality shifts seem to accelerate rapidly around 2012. The many interacting worlds theory offers a physical explanation. It argues that parallel universes are not isolated, but physically overlap and exert a subtle repulsive force on one another. Many believe the catalyst for this overlap was the 2012 launch of the Large Hadron Collider at CERN. The energy required to smash particles at near light speed may have done more than uncover the Higgs boson. It may have generated enough force to puncture dimensional barriers, merging adjacent timelines into a single, slightly distorted present. By attempting to map the building blocks of matter, we may have accidentally engineered a collision of parallel worlds. We are caught between two perspectives, the materialist view of a flawed human brain and the metaphysical reality of an interactive multiverse. Whichever framework you choose, the phenomenon proves that the idea of a fixed, objective history is an illusion. If reality is indeed this malleable, then we are no longer just passive passengers riding along on a predetermined track. Through the rewiring of our own internal states and the conscious navigation of the quantum field, we have the tools to influence what becomes real. The Mandela Effect ceases to be an error in the record. It becomes the visible signature of our very own active participation in a fluid reality that is still being written.